This is my first dip into Planet X figures, and it's been meh. So I already made a short about the problems I had with this, and to my surprise, a lot of people in the comments had similar issues. People also said that the other figures are better, so I hope Ultra Magnus and Skywarp that I have ordered are better than these two. Let me detail those problems for anyone who hasn't actually seen that short, and I don't want this to come off as me hating the figures, because I think they're great and I still like them. It's just something you want to watch out for. So to start with, the joints were way too tight and I was scared they were going to break. The shoulder folders are on clear plastic for some reason, don't know why, and that's not a great decision that they made. The hands are really annoying, they like to unpeg quite a lot. The springs in the torso on Ironhide fell out immediately, and the pegs broke off inside the wheel arches on the legs. I extended them out like you're supposed to and turned them, and when I extended them, they were so stuck in their ports that they just pulled right off and then eventually fell out, which is, you know, really annoying. The toys are fine now. I stripped them down, sanded all the joints, made them a little bit more loose. I took the shoulder pads off, sanded the inside of the clear hinges, and loosened the screws to make the pads looser so they don't break when I try to transform it. And those peg things don't really bother me because they're not super duper important to the transformation or to anything really. They could just be gone. Who cares? After all that though, these things are great. They look super nice. I mean, I love the games. Fall of Cybertron being my favorite of the two. Actually, Fall of Cybertron being my favorite video game ever so far. We don't acknowledge Rise of the Darksparks. I really like how these two turned out. They look very on model. They are a decent size too. I feel like they would be MP scale. However, I don't have Masterpiece Ironhide or Ratchet to compare to, but they are quite sizable. Like, they were a lot bigger than I was expecting when I first got them. They look the part, they look sick. I love how these things turned out. They also come with the Energon Harvester gun thingy from Fall of Cybertron and the Assault Rifle from War for Cybertron. Love that. And Ironhide comes with an axe, question mark? It looks cool in hand, but I don't remember him having this in the game. I haven't played War for Cybertron in a while, so this might have been his melee weapon, can't remember. Also, the hands don't quite like to stay in place, so the weapons just kind of flop around every now and again. Kind of annoying. Posing's okay. They have the joints, but they don't have the clearance. Plus, the stiff joints are really stressful, so I recommend sanding them down like I did to be able to do it. Everything's on screws. You just unscrew, pull it apart, sand it down, put it together. Easy peasy. Transformation kind of stinks. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan. The tight joints and the lack of clearance is really annoying, especially trying to do the legs. And then the shoulder pads. I highly recommend loosening the shoulder pads. Even if they're not super tight, just do it anyways because they're on clear plastic and you don't want that to break. Because if you do, no more shoulder pads. Cars are sick. They're super on model and look, well, I mean, they look like running shoes. Not gonna lie, they look a lot like running shoes. But they do look neat. The details are kind of bare, but that's on point to the models. I do prefer Ratchet over Ironhide though, because you can actually see the definition in the details on the model as opposed to Ironhide's just complete flat one shade of red. They do shrink quite a bit when you transform them. They're about deluxe length but Voyager size still. Like they would give Breakdown a run for his money. They do have ports on the sides, but storing the weapons doesn't really work because of clearance. But it's nice they included it. The axe doesn't really have anywhere to go though on Ironhide. Overall, I mean, they look cool, but they don't feel great. The 2-pack deal on Big Bad Toy Store, not sponsored, makes them worth it, but at full price, I don't think so. I do like them, but the problems I encountered when I got them make them very hard to recommend. Hopefully, like I said, Ultra Magnus and Skywarp will be better, but we'll have to wait and see. They're still stuck at the border. They've been there for over 2 weeks now. Pain. But that's been my look at Planet X, Ironhide, and Ratchet. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.